Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with all my bits and pieces ready for my folio. So we have been making this. My daughter's been with me. She is not joining me today. She's in the house, but yep, she decided she didn't want to do the video today, so that's fair enough. So I'm just going to continue with mine, and then I've also got some vintage bits and pieces here that I'm going to make some ephemera to go in it. You know, that hopefully will just kind of coordinate and look quite pretty. So I think as we left it last time, I had just laid these things on here and I was kind of debating whether or not I actually wanted to glue them down. So I've just got a couple of other bits and pieces here in the shape of these hand stitched ruffles. So I'm thinking a hand stitched ruffle looks pretty cute on here, doesn't it? And it just picks up the colours from the other side. I have got this one as well, which maybe, I think it is a better colour, but it's probably a bit of a big ruffle. Well, that one's a bit smaller. Oh, perhaps I'll go with this one after all. Can't decide which way round to put that. What do we think? That side or that side? And that one or that one? Oh, not a good start, is it? I'm already deliberating and unable to make decisions. So right, let's just go for this. Okay, so that's on there now. I think, yeah, I was debating whether or not to put the wax seal. So I'd already put the label down and I was kind of wondering whether or not to put the wax seal on there. So let's just have a look and decide. If I didn't put the wax seal, alternatives would be maybe some more flowers, which we'd obviously used a flower over here in the last video. So yeah, we could definitely have a flower going on here somewhere, couldn't we? What do we think to that? Oh, up there. I think actually the flower. So yeah, it's looking a bit more colourful, and yeah, I think that's what we want, isn't it? So whereas otherwise the wax seal just looked a bit blendy, I thought. So just got some other flowers which I might put just in the middle. Oh, that one's not brilliant, is it? Let's have a look. Neither's that one. I've got quite a few flowers sat here, so they're all just kind of dropped around my desk. I don't know quite what's been going on, but yeah, I seem to have just stuff everywhere. Well, I mean, not that that's particularly unusual, but I don't know why I'm saying, oh, I don't know what's going on, as if that's like something that doesn't generally happen on my desk. Let's face it, if we're completely truthful, it happens all the time. Right, okay, so that's my piece there. Now, I think I was also debating whether or not to put some butterflies down. Oh, there we go. Couldn't even see them for a minute. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe a butterfly here. I wonder if he could be holding... Oh, no, that just looks weird because he's not really looking at it. Okay, let's just have that one there. Like that. Okay. And then I've got some genuine vintage ephemera, which we could just kind of hold in there with that, to be honest. So yeah, maybe something like that. And then we just want to fill this pocket as well. So I've got some playing cards, which I thought we could alter because I thought these are a brilliant colour match with this folio. So let's just quickly alter maybe one of those. So I'm thinking, pop some gesso on there. And then maybe use some of the book page on top of the playing cards. So let's just have a look. These are vintage playing cards. They were in a set. I think it was like a bridge set or something. Yeah, so they're quite scrappy, which actually, again, is working really nicely, I think, with this journal. Now, this is quite... yeah, quite, you know, less glossy because it's quite old, so it might not really need gesso or anything. I'm just going to sand it down, and I think that would probably be good enough. Although, actually, that seems to have now gone glossier still since the sanding. So, perhaps I will put some gesso on after all. Sorry, very waffly. Can't kind of make decisions today, obviously. Right, so I'm just going to gesso over there. Now, this is thick gesso, but that's fine. I'm just going to kind of, you know, rub it out a bit thinner. So like that. Okay. I'll just get a wet wipe now to wipe my finger and wipe the desk. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to literally use this little image from the book on there. I'm hoping that that gesso is going to dry really quickly, because otherwise this is not going to want to glue. But I mean, gesso does dry really quickly, so we might be okay. I mean, it looks like it's drying already, to be honest. There we go. So we just pop him on there, or them on there. I mean, you can't really see the gesso because obviously it really is, you know, behind that image, because it was just being used to be able to, you know, have a sort of key to be able to glue my piece on. So, okay. Right. So that's down there. Now again, maybe pop a little flower on. So just take this flower here. Oops. Like that. Maybe just, yeah, maybe just have the flower sort of stapled on or something as a bit of a tab. Like that. So let me just see if I've got my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Oh, there it is. I was going to say I took it to my mum's and I've not actually put it back, but no, it is here. I've also got this pink ribbon. Now this might be a crazy idea, but I'm wondering. Oh, my daughter's here now. So, darling, do you want to move all of your pens from yesterday? Because they're taking up quite a lot of room on the desk, darling.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I thought you did. Thank you.
Where's the yellow one?
I don't know. Okay, right. So I'm just wondering whether we could have a... I think you dropped one, didn't you?
No, I dropped a blade.
Okay. Just going to staple that on. I mean, the ribbon is really only there just for a bit of decorative detail. Oops. It's not really serving any purpose, but
I like mine.
But it looks pretty. Okay, that looks good. Really nice. Okay.
Mine's strong.
And then, yeah, it's lovely. Do you want to go and put your pens away? Thank you, sweetheart. Right. And then maybe we'll have just, maybe, it's going to have a label, but actually I've got those words. So I'm thinking, I finally printed off some of my black words and they just go really nicely. Whoops, really nicely with these. Dream a little dream. We could use that because it looks like he's dreaming of being taller. I'm sure that I've got one here saying growing, which would be really appropriate, but probably won't be able to find it now. Oh well, we could have original. That's quite apt here, isn't it? Yeah, let's just go for original, shall we? So, like that. Okay, I like how that looks. And then on the other side, I'm thinking, I mean, I do like the other side, you know, completely as is. But I'm just thinking for a little bit of journaling space, I'm thinking let's add one of these from the Taperology stuff that I was so kindly sent. So again, like I like to do quite often with labels and things, I'm just going to cut that down and then that will go on there like that. Now shall I have it under the ribbon or over the ribbon? I might have it over the ribbon, so I'm just going to quickly glue that down. Now I might just put a bit of gesso over here. And just like with the other side, that gesso isn't for no other purpose other than, you know, producing or providing a sort of rougher surface to glue my label down. It's not there for decorative purposes. I'm just literally providing a sort of key for this to actually glue onto. So I'll just wait for a couple of seconds for that to dry. It really doesn't take too long at all. So that's kind of another little piece to be able to put into that pocket. So if I just bring the folio back in. So yeah, we can have that. And then should we just make a little flippy pad as well? just because, you know, we want to make sure that we've got plenty of pieces, don't we? So let's just take this, and I've got some of that food coloured paper, so okay, just fold that in like that. Okay, whoops, like that. And oh, we could probably go again, like that. I mean, to be honest, we could even just leave it as a little fold out, really, actually, now I've done that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the bottom off, just because it might be a bit tall on that page. So I'll just cut this off here. And then we can make a flippy pad out of this in a minute. So, yeah, let's have it like that. Oh, I have not folded this very nicely, have I? Okay, I mean, it really doesn't matter too much, to be honest. So this I'm going to glue, no, I'm going to staple here, and again might just use a little flower or something, just so we've got that really nice kind of flowing feel throughout the whole thing. So I'm just going to take that and staple that onto the corner. Oops. In fact, might even add another label there, like that. So it's just giving it a bit of interest and, you know, making it, yeah, a bit prettier to kind of look at. So that's that. This now I'm going to just glue onto this playing card. Let me just check it's dry. Okay. Right, now I'm going to glue this down with the hot glue because it's gluing over the ribbon. So I want to make sure that that's glued properly. So like that. Okay. Okay, love how that little playing card looks. So that's kind of a couple of bits to be able to put into that pocket. I'll just get rid of this stuff off my desk. Ooh. The glitter is still here from where my daughter was obviously playing with the glitter, you know, on hers. So yeah, it's hard to get rid of. Right, okay, so they look good, don't they? And they can just, oh no, now that's not going to fit in that pocket. Well, that was just bound to happen, wasn't it? So yeah, we shall put this in a different pocket. We've got the playing card. Perhaps we will make that little flippy pad quicker than I'd expected. So yeah, just going to staple that across the top. Also got these little airmail envelopes, which that would be rather cute in there. I wonder if this will fit. Because it's quite a tight pocket. Okay, again, that can't really fit in there, although just wondering whether I could have that clipped on there. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Okay, right, let's staple this across. So just a couple of staples on the top, or 3. Just tear that down at the bottom. Okay, and then, so that's that one. Now I might just put a bit of this green trim that we have been using, maybe across the top. You know, it's just about tying it all together, isn't it? And going with a similar theme to what we've used elsewhere. So this type of thing, it's how to, well, you know, yeah, I think kind of how to keep it all tied in. Otherwise it can just look a little bit like completely random stuff. But if you just have the odd thing that is the same or is similar or similar colours or, you know, same fabrics or something like that, it just sort of says, oh yeah, I am meant to be part of this journal. I'm not just plucked out of thin air. So that's what I kind of think. Right, let me just get my gesso out of the way because it's getting very cluttered on my desk. So hold on. Right, okay. So this is going to go here. I'm going to put a little image on that envelope as well because I like doing things like that. So yeah, let's have in there a little flippy pad and the playing card. Absolutely gorgeous. And then this envelope that we're going to have here, we're just going to literally paper clip it on to the flap. So if I just grab a paper clip, so that's just going to be clipped on like that. Okay, which I think is really, really nice. But I think on this side of the envelope, so the side that, you know, is under the flap, let's just put one of those coordinating book images on there, which again will just, you know, keep it all flowing through. So maybe we will have just this little image here. Okay. And I think keep the border of the envelope, because that sort of red and blue stripes, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So like that. Okay, so we just glue that down. Okay, like that. And we might even put a little postage stamp on here, I'm thinking. So just pop that down. That just looks to me like the perfect image for that envelope. They look really perfect on there, don't they? Okay, like that. And then let's just grab a postage stamp. Now, what colour? I was thinking green, because obviously there's quite a bit of green on there. Now I've pulled the green out, it's like, oh, that has no place on there whatsoever. So let's backtrack. Let's backtrack and maybe go with blue, because the blue, it sort of at least picks up the blue from the envelope then, doesn't it? Just going to see if I've got one of those stamps without the blue background, which I know that I must have, because I've got tons of those stamps. I could have that one. Oh, perhaps I'll have that one. Okay. So I'm just going to pop that up there. Like that in the corner. Okay, looking good. Right. And then inside the envelope, because now we have obviously potential for more things, you know, because we've added now the envelope, shall we just do a little, oh, is that going to fit? No. Oh, that's all right. I can trim that down. So I'm thinking just do a little sort of booklet that's just going to slot into that envelope. And again, I can obviously use this to make a little flippy pad in a minute. So like that. Okay. Keep hold of that, because definitely we can use that somewhere else. Cut this down. Just cut those edge pieces off. Okay, right. So now we might want to just have a couple more pages in there. Just wondering, oh no. Well, we could have one of these sideways on, I guess, couldn't we? I really like the look of these in here, because, you know, they just, colour-wise, they're quite bright and colourful, aren't they? And sort of fun to add. So, yeah. Right, and then I've got some vintage ledger sheet here. I've had this for a long time in my stash, but yeah, I've probably been hoarding it, if the truth be known. Again, let's just take that down there. And yeah, probably want to go in about there. So we shall just cut this down here. And just cut that along there. And it doesn't matter if it's not straight or anything, you know, this is a junk journal after all. So, you know, we don't want it to look too ordered, because then you lose the, you know, the charm of what it is, don't you? So, okay, and then just going to staple this. I'm going to use my big stapler because it's got a longer reach. Oops. 1 and 2. Okay, right, and then let's put something on here. So I just want to check it's going to fit into the envelope. This envelope's been coffee dyed. It is a vintage envelope that I picked up again years ago, and I've been kind of hoarding. But yeah, it has been coffee dyed as well, so it's further, you know, further aged with the coffee dye. Just needed to take that edge off because it was not fitting in brilliantly. And then we can have another little image from the book. So maybe just be able to use this little part here, which is obviously left from that that page we just used. And I love being able to just use up everything, you know. Heaven forbid that we would actually waste anything. So yeah, to be able to actually use every portion of the paper is, you know, fantastic. So let's just take that, pop that down. So just using some of that decorative paper, again, just for that continuity, because we've used that, you know, in other places in the journal. That's just then keeping it flowing, keeping it looking like it all blends and matches. You know, we don't have to be completely matchy-matchy, but you want some sort of, well, yeah, some sort of, you know, blending, I suppose, going on. Because otherwise, you know, that's when it can just look completely messy. Which actually, to be honest, you know, maybe you could get away with in a journal. But because this is a folio, as you open all the parts and the pages, they're going to be opened potentially at the same time as other parts. So it's probably more important than ever to have some sort of, you know, some sort of blending going on, I think. And again, this is just, you know, this is just my, you know, my sort of take on things. So please don't feel like, oh, you know, yeah, it has to be like that. Because this is just honestly my, you know, my opinion, really. You know, it's just kind of over the years, what, you know, what I've found is if I don't have some sort of, you know, oh, this is supposed to be here for this reason, I maybe don't end up feeling very happy with the overall theme or, you know, finished project at the end. So, yeah, I think I've kind of, you know, decided that this works for me. But, yeah, not necessarily saying this has to be what you do. Okay. Right, now just wondering whether I've got my corner rounder anywhere to hand. Oh, where's my corner rounder one? Oh, I don't know. I shall use my older corner rounder, which is smaller corners. I actually have barely used this since I've had my bigger one. I've actually barely used this one at all. So, yeah, if I was buying one again, I would probably go for the bigger. Although actually now I've used this here, I'm kind of quite liking those smaller corners again. Anyway, right, so that is going to go in like that. Okay, so what we do is, and this is where I suddenly realise I've now glued this the wrong way up. Oh no, that's okay. Right, so we've got then a little sort of booklet type piece in here. That envelope then just clips on really nicely to this flap, and of course you've got this journaling space under the envelope like there. You can journal on the envelope. You've got these couple of bits here, and that all just closes quite neatly down. You know, when this folds up, it's not kind of, not too intrusive. I mean, it's kind of holding it out a minute, you know, at the moment, but once we've kind of worked on the rest of the journal, it won't be too bad, I think. So that's that one. Then we've got obviously these bits here. Oops, glued that down. And then I think, did we do that as a pocket? I thought we had, but oh yeah, a little tuck. So we've got a little tuck here, we've got a page here, and we've got this as a little tag in here. So yeah, we're just going to kind of add a few more further bits to, again, you know, keep the overall theme similar-ish. So let's just have a look and see what bits that I have brought along. So I'm thinking some sort of green label somewhere around here would be quite good, because I've got a lot of green on this, you know, the inside flap, and no green, so, you know, whatsoever going on here. So I'm kind of thinking something green somewhere would be a good, you know, good thing to include. Let's just have a look here. Oh, I've obviously glued this down as well. Oh, what is wrong with me? The amount of times that I glue things down, it's really just all due to my impatience. I can't be bothered to actually wait for things to dry, and then end up obviously gluing them too quickly, you know, closing them too quickly. Why don't I ever learn and just wait for it to dry? Oh. Right. No, I'm still feeling it needs to be somewhere over here. Or we could maybe have, I just don't know. Definitely something green is needed, isn't it? Can you see the difference in these? This is where I've used like photo quality paper and just not shiny, but you know, presentation type paper. It's quite a difference, isn't it, to be honest? You know, like I've said before, I don't think it really matters. And if that's all you've got access to, it's fine. It's only really when you put them together that you then think, oh, you know, that is a massive difference. But yeah, I mean, if that's all that you've got, then that's absolutely fine. You know, and that was all I had for a really long time. You know, because obviously all these things, the cost does mount up, doesn't it? You know, but I mean, yeah, I used that kind of paper for a long time, and it really is fine. It's only when you, like I say, put them together that then you think, oh, you know, that is a big noticeable difference. Right, okay. Now, just wondering whether we need an image from the book over here as well. I love the look on her face on this one. She looks like, oh, what you doing? What you doing? Tear her out. She's actually got a hammer in her hand, which I hadn't noticed because obviously they're doing some sort of woodwork or metalwork. And yeah, maybe she's saying, oh, what you doing? You know, I might just hammer that down. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to put that label underneath where I'm going to stick that image. So like that. Okay, just glue that down. So my daughter's going on a sleepover tonight. She's going to stay with her cousin. So that was her reasoning for why she didn't want to do a video. She said, oh, Mum, no, I don't want to do it. I'm going on a sleepover tonight. I mean, the fact it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, because I'm filming this ahead, so it's during the summer holidays. But, I mean, this might not go up for months, to be fair, because, you know, the upload schedule then, it just gets varied depending on seasonal things or, you know, if I'm involved in any collaboration or anything like that, then, yeah, it might not go up for months. But, yeah, she's going on a sleepover, you know, much later on today. But that was why she could not do her folio. I think she's getting a bit bored of it, you know. Kids, they're not like us, are they? They don't have a, you know, long boredom threshold. Right, okay. So, yeah, I like how that looks. And just see. Oh, quite like that butterfly there. I know it is monstrous, but I think it looks quite nice, to be honest. I'm just wondering whether I might have something like this here. And I've got more of these little notelet things from Taperology. I can't tell you how much I love these. They are such a useful piece, you know, and I just have found myself using them over and over again. And they are one of those items that just looks good everywhere that you put them. I can't remember, I'm afraid, what they were called, but they were on my Taperology unboxing video. So if you wanted to see what they were, that's where you'll find the full details of them. And yeah, I just absolutely, you know, time and time again have used them. And every single time I've used them, you know, they've never disappointed me. I always love how they look. Right, okay, so I quite like that. And it's just covering up these splotches here. I might as well put this on as a pocket, like I always say. I mean, I might not use that as a pocket. It's tiny anyway. But at least I've got the option. Whereas if I just glued it down, not as a pocket, then it just takes that option away, doesn't it? So there we go. Okay. Then we're going to have the word journal. And that just, again, bringing a bit of green in on this page and, you know, sort of tying all the bits together like that. Like I say, I love the, yeah, the colourfulness of the children's journals, you know, or the children's books, because they just are so, yeah, just so fun. You know, I love the fact that there's so many colours and, you know, you can just really kind of play around with them. Oh, loving that. Okay. So just pop that there. So these are just my labels, and that was my coloured book plates. Okay, and the green labels here, they are from my historical buildings in the green set. So there we go. Oh, that looks so nice, doesn't it? Really love it. Oh, I was going to put that bow over there, and I just then obviously completely forgot. In the space of 2 seconds, that just went completely from my brain. Yep, just completely. Oh, within the space of 2 seconds, it was 1 minute I was doing that, and the next minute gone completely. Right. Let's just have a look and see if I've got any other bows that I would like to use on here. I know I've said this time and time again, but I always feel really fearful of putting green and red together because it so easily can suddenly start taking on a Christmas look. You know, yeah, I just think you have to be a bit careful because very quickly it can go from looking, you know, just pretty to suddenly, might look pretty still, but yeah, pretty and Christmassy. So, yeah, I mean, that's just something I feel, and I'm not necessarily saying that you guys feel it, but I definitely just feel very conscious of, oh, you know, that could very quickly turn Christmassy. I mean, I quite like that, to be honest. Although now, actually, looking at that again, I'm now thinking actually it needs something pinkish or reddish, doesn't it, to bring in the pink or the red from the other pages, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to backtrack. Oh, I could have a neutral one, I suppose. And yet again, I don't think I've got any that are now quite the right colour. Oh, I've got a couple of red ones that are huge, but they're really huge. So I think, yep, that's way too big. I've got this one, which of course is going to turn out to be way too small. Oh, we never ever have the right things, do we? Oh, right. Let's have a look here. Got some butterflies. Again, no, not the right colour. Oh, would you believe it? Right. Don't mind that. Or perhaps what I could do is change the colour of the butterfly here for a different colour, and perhaps that would... Perhaps I should... I don't know. Well, I might have to leave that and try and print off some more bows until I've got something that's more, you know, the right colour, because I don't want to go for the wrong colour and then regret it. Although that doesn't look too bad. I know it is the same colour as that one, but yeah, I think that one probably we can get away with. So, yep, let me put these away. Okay. So I might just use the hot glue quickly to pop this down, just for laziness. Okay. So yeah, like that. And then actually we might just do something like, I mean, that's pretty skinny, and yeah, might just work. Just take this down. I'm wondering whether I could do, you know, oh, this is going to be just ridiculous. Yeah, don't think this is going to work, but let's just have a look. I'm wondering whether I could do one of those little envelopey pieces. I mean, oh, I think it's her name is Jen, but I can't remember her channel name. I haven't watched her for a while, but she's the lady who always puts bunny in her journals. And she does loads of titchy, tiny, fiddly little things. She would be very good here. I personally cannot do titchy, tiny things, as you can probably see. I'm not great at doing tiny things. That's my attempt at something tiny. I'll have to do. because I'm thinking that could just about hook into here like that. Okay, and again, maybe we'll just have a paper clip there. Just, I mean, it doesn't really need a paper clip, but yeah, perhaps we'll just have a paper clip holding that in like that. Right, so you've got obviously all that journaling space. We're going to obviously make some more tags and things to put into these pockets here. We've got a tuck spot, so of course we can, you know, make more of that. But yeah, I think the journal's coming along quite nicely. I might just use some of that pink ribbon on here, again, just for that continuity between different parts of the journal. So I'll just take some of this. I think what I'll do is round the corners of this like that. I mean, to be honest, I know I have said in a previous video, you know, that these Ladybird books, I absolutely love, love, love them. The only thing I will say is they are kind of tricky, or can be tricky to use, because the images are so beautiful, but they're full page images, you know, which can be then tricky to incorporate, you know, onto a page, or yeah, even as a tag, because then, you know, it could end up quite huge. But I mean, on this folio, these tags, I mean, I have trimmed it down slightly, but you know, it's more or less the full page. So they're working really nicely because, you know, they're kind of like all usable, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, definitely that's kind of something to just bear in mind, is with those Ladybird books, they are absolutely gorgeous, but you're going to then probably have a struggle in that, you know, you may need to actually cut some of your gorgeous image from the page down just to be able to fit it into a pocket or a tag or a, you know, a journal. I'm just going to glue a couple of these petals down. I nearly called them wings, only because I tore that flower slightly as I was, you know, pulling it apart. So just, yeah, I feel like it needed a little bit of a helping hand there. Now, could I have any bows? I'm just wondering whether I've got some yellow. Oh, I have got some yellow. Just thinking, could I have a little yellow bow? How cute does that look? Because there's lots of yellow going on that picture, aren't there? With the girl's yellow dress, the lady's yellow book, and things like that. So, yeah, again, just kind of ties that in. Loving how that looks. And I will just have a look and see whether I've got anything yellow. I definitely had some yellow butterflies just now, but of course now I'm probably not going to be able to find them because, yeah, oh, here we go. Oops. We might be getting a bit heavy on the butterflies. Let me just try a dictionary definition or something instead. Okay. Oops. Well, that's quite nice. Yeah, perhaps I'll have a dictionary definition instead of the butterfly. Let me just double check what else I've got here. Or of course we could have a book plate, or we could have a word. Yeah, I don't think we could get away with really a green label on here. It's not got any green on that tag, so yeah, I think the green label would be a bit weird. Let's just try a coloured book plate. These are sort of in a bit of a lilac-y colour, so may pick up the lilac-y lavender type shades. Let's just cut that down. Okay. It's not too bad. What do you think to that? Yeah, quite like that. Oh, that. Oh, that and that. Perhaps we'll have both, shall we? So this one I'm not going to. Oh, actually, I will still put it as a little pocket. I know that's ridiculous because it's really tiny. I mean, to be honest, yeah, what do I actually think I'm going to be putting in there? But let's just still put it on as a tiny, teeny weeny little piece. Okay, And then let's just have this. This one I'm just going to, again, just hot glue this down purely for lazy reasons. You know, and then it's just done, isn't it? There you go. Oh, that's such a cute tag, isn't it? Yeah, really like how that looks. So, yep, loving that. And, you know, we might put some more things in this pocket, you know, because I think it, you know, has got rim. Just have to be a bit careful of that flower now. But and we have bulked that out a little bit with the bow. But, it's, you know, it's fine. It's not kind of the end of the world or anything. So we could just put maybe, I've got this little, I don't know what this is, a ticket. We could just put that in there as well. I think that would be quite cute. And do we have anything else here? That's a bit weird. Oh, I also have this bridge card, which was in that packet or in that little bridge set, you know, from the scorecards that I've been using. So we could just kind of have something like that in that pocket. So yeah, I mean, it's coming along really nicely. I hope that you guys think it's, you know, it's progressing nicely. And yeah, we've got quite a bit left to do, but I think it's, yeah, I think it's coming together really, really nicely. So obviously this folds down here, this folds back here, and that just all closes there. And then we've just got the identical layout anyway. Oops. Now glued something else together. Have I? Yeah, I think I have. Oh, have I? Yeah, I must have done. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. The identical layout on this side as well. So obviously, you know, I just need to do some identical things there. I have got this pocket here. It will depend how bulky this gets as to, you know, what I can put in here. But I'm thinking at the moment something, you know, quite flat actually probably needs to go in there because it is already bulking out quite a bit, really. But yeah, really, really love how it's looking so far. So I hope you guys really like it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much then. Bye.